Today, we journey along the southern skirts of Inwang Mountain. Here, the landscape itself tells a story. From the humble grounds where kings once knelt before the gods of earth, to the red brick houses where modern history was written in the whispers of independence. This is Echoes of Seoul, from sacred altars to red brick houses. Our journey begins at the very root of the Joseon Dynasty, Sajikdan. It stood as the spiritual counterweight to Jongmyo Shrine. This is a place where rituals were performed to Sa, the god of land, and Jik, the god of grain, during the Joseon Dynasty. It features a highly restrained and symbolic structure in accordance with Confucian principles. The site is surrounded by a double wall, both outer and inner, and features Hongsal gates facing east, west, south, and north. Hongsal gates are erected at the entrances of places requiring formality, serving as a boundary that signals the need for a reverent attitude from the moment one passes through. The red color painted across the entire gate embodies the meaning of exorcism, which drives away evil spirits and misfortune. At Sajikdan, Hongsal gates are installed on all four sides of both the inner and outer walls, demonstrating the strict hierarchy of the space dedicated to praying for the well-being of the nation. It is said that since Korea was an agrarian society where land and grain were the foundation of the national economy, rituals were performed at Sajik since ancient times. Sajikdan was established at its current location in 1395, following the founding of the Joseon Dynasty, in accordance with the precedent that Jongmyo is built to the left of the palace and Sajik is built to the right. Rituals such as prayer for the peace and prosperity of the nation and for major national events, prayer for rain during droughts, and prayer for a bountiful harvest were performed at Sajikdan to pray for the nation's safety and abundance. The Jeonseong was a place responsible for preparing food for rituals offered to the gods of land and grain, such as the Sajikdan, and for overseeing the entire process. It is not merely a single building, but forms a complex of various auxiliary buildings necessary for ritual preparation. This complex performed diverse functions, including inspecting offerings to be used in the rites, managing ritual vessels, and housing officials. It contains a core space where the Jeonseong stayed to oversee and direct the entire process of ritual preparation, a warehouse for storing ritual vessels and tools used in the rites, a place for slaughtering and preparing cattle, sheep, and pigs to be offered as sacrifices, a place where carefully prepared ritual food was temporarily placed and inspected before being moved to the altar, a storage area for various miscellaneous items needed for the rites, a space where lower-ranking officials managing the Sajikdan took turns staying and guarding, a location for mortars used to pound grains, and a well for drawing clean water for the rituals. The centerpiece of this place is the two altars. The Sadan, where sacrifices are offered to the god of the land, is located on the east side. The Jikdan, where sacrifices are offered to the god of grain, is located on the west side. Both altars are square stone platforms. This design reflects the Chonwonjibang philosophy, which posits that the sky is round and the earth is square, by making the space dedicated to the god of the earth square. The area surrounding the altars features a layered structure designed to maintain sanctity. There is a low wall encircling the altars. On the east, west, south, and north sides of the wall, there is a gate for the deities to enter and exit. 3 paths lead from the north gate to the altars. The central path is the Shindo, used by the deities. The eastern path is the Edo, used by the king, and the western path is the Sajado, used by the crown prince. As we leave the flat ritual grounds and begin Korean gentle ascent, we encounter Shrine of Dangon. If Sajikdan represents the state's survival, this shrine represents Korean identity. The shrine is a sanctuary enshrining the portrait and ancestral tablet of Dangon, the progenitor of the Korean people. Beyond being a mere religious facility, it serves as a symbolic site for reclaiming the national roots. Inside the sanctuary, the standard portrait and ancestral tablet of Dangon are enshrined. Built in the traditional Hanok style with 3 bays in the front and 2 bays on the sides, the building features a refined structure that emphasizes the dignity of the nation. Hwanghaekjeong is a historic national archery site and range established by royal decree of Emperor Gojong during the Korean Empire. It is an archery pavilion built within Gyeonggi Palace in 1898 by Emperor Gojong to encourage archery for the physical and mental discipline of the people. The name Hwanghaekjeong was given because the sight of Emperor Gojong shooting an arrow while wearing a yellow dragon robe resembled a crane. Visitors can experience traditional archery here. Now, we cross the invisible line from the Joseon Dynasty into the early 20th century. The scenery shifts from gray stone and wood to vibrant red brick. Dilkasha is a red brick building located on a hill in Haengcheon-dong, Jongmyo-gu, and was the home of American journalist Albert Taylor and his wife, who reported the critical moments of the March First movement to the world. Dilkasha means Palace of a Joyful Heart in Persian. The Taylors took the name from the Dilkasha Palace they saw during their travels in India, and after its completion in 1923, they engraved a Bible verse containing a message of hope on the foundation stone. Its architectural feature is the use of a unique Western construction technique called rat trap bonding, where bricks are stacked vertically to create an air layer between the inner and outer walls, thereby enhancing insulation. After being neglected for a long time, it was designated as a registered cultural heritage in 2017 and reopened as a historical exhibition hall in 2021 following restoration to its original form. Inside Dilkasha, the living room and kitchen from the time when the Taylor couple lived there have been recreated exactly as they were, allowing visitors to experience the lifestyle of 100 years ago firsthand. The interior of Dilkasha vividly recreates the lifestyle and journalistic activities of the 1920s and 1930s, based on thousands of artifacts donated by Albert Taylor's granddaughter. The interior of a Western-style house from 100 years ago has been recreated through the Taylor's autobiography, The Amber Necklace, and photographs from that era. The living room on the first floor served as a social space for parties and dinners, where visitors can see furniture and props used at the time, as well as walls finished with paint instead of wallpaper. The living room on the second floor is the space that his wife, Mary, cherished the most, calling it the heart of Dilkisha. It displays Goryeo Celadon pottery collected by Albert, horse figurines, and a tin-panel folding screen used to divide the space. The recreated areas, including the bedroom, kitchen, and study, are furnished with antique furniture and props to reflect the atmosphere of the Taylor family's residence. The exhibition features historical materials from Albert Taylor's time as an Associated Press (AP) correspondent, through which he informed the world about the situation in Korea. Visitors can view a copy of the March 1st Declaration of Independence that he had hidden under his son's bed, as well as a 1919 New York Times article reporting on it. Videos and documents related to Albert's journalistic activities are screened and displayed, including photographs of Emperor Gojong's funeral procession, news articles covering the Jimri massacre, and trial records of independence activists. Just a short walk away is the home of Nan-pa, the pioneer of modern Korean music. His ivy-covered brick house feels like a scene from a European village, yet it was here that melodies like Spring in My Hometown were composed, offering solace to a nation under colonial rule. These houses are survivors. They represent a time when Seoul began to look toward the world, blending Western aesthetics with the steep, winding slopes of the hills. Our climb ends at a place that perfectly captures the soul of today, Staff Picks. It is a cafe located on a hill behind Sajikdan. More than just a place to rest, it is a prime spot with a view where you can take in the breathtaking scenery of Inwang Mountain and the old-world charm of Seoul at a glance. The overwhelmingly large ginkgo tree in the center of the cafe's courtyard is the symbol of this place. Turning golden in autumn and deep green in summer, it best showcases the seasonality of the terrain. Situated high on the hill, sitting on the terrace allows you to admire the rare sight of the tiled roofs of Sajikdan overlapping in layers. Behind the cafe, the massive rock cliffs of Inwang Mountain unfold like a folding screen, dominating the view. The terrain that once demanded sacred rituals and military training now offers us a place to rest. People come here for the view, but they stay for the feeling of being between the mountain and the city, between the past and the present.